Spider, please these Misties writers. Spider, what's good, man? It's YoungSpida, man. We back with another video, bro. Today, bro, I'll be talking about my top 10 best albums of 2024. 2024 has been a really great year for music. Obviously, we had the whole beef, which I feel like was the main highlight of the year. But we had some really good albums as well. For the first time in my life, a rap album was not my album of the year. You know, Thug got out of jail. Like, just a lot of good shit music-wise happened this year. But, man, let me tell you what I got at number 10 for my best album of the year. And for that album will be Chromtopia by Tyler, the Creator. This year, actually during the summer, was the first time I ever heard a Tyler, the Creator album. Heard Eagle. I heard all his shit, actually. I'm putting reactions up here. But I first heard all his albums this summer. So, you know, I didn't like his music. And then I found out he was dropping Chromtopia. I'm like, damn. What a year. And this whole decade, Tyler has been putting out really good albums. So I expected Chromtopia to be the exact same. And it was another good album from Tyler. I feel like this is one of Tyler's more fun albums, if not his most fun album. There were certain songs on here that made me feel like we was at like a football game. We're at halftime. You know what I'm saying? No one's on the field. And those stomping people come out. You know what I'm saying? You got the coordinator, Tyler's the coordinator, and they're just stomping, you know what I'm saying, cheering and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like not Stomp the Yard. The Nick Cannon movie. Where the nigga like playing the instrument and shit. That's the movie I'm thinking about. That's how some of the songs made me feel, because there's a lot of use of stomping and like people chanting and shit like that throughout this album. But yeah, my top 3, I'm gonna go Balloon, Like Him, and Noid. I really like Noid, bro. That song is mad relatable because I'm very paranoid, and I'm not even rich and famous. I'm just paranoid as it is, bro. I always be like rethinking, nigga, did I even close my garage? Did I turn around and make sure I closed my garage? Shit like that. But yeah, that's my top 3, and I would rate this album at 84. Next up at number 9, we got You Only Die Once by Freddie Gibbs. So You Only Die Once was the first Freddie Gibbs album I've ever heard, and I was immediately like impressed. And after I heard that album, I checked out his other shits. Let me put the reactions up here. But you know, I really liked Freddie. I was like, damn, I didn't expect to like this guy as much as I did, but I am. And to me, the biggest takeaway from Freddie Gibbs is like, this nigga's flow is elite. Like, this nigga will flow. You could give this nigga a trash ass beat that don't make no sense. He's still gonna find a way to flow on that hoe. And the production, I feel like, to be honest, now that I'm really thinking about it, I feel like Freddie Gibbs always has good production. This album had good production. I liked what he did. This is not even that long of an album either. Don't take too much to digest it. There's no misses on here. My top 3, I'm going to go 30 Girlfriends. That song is smooth as hell. Cosmo Freestyle and Steel Doors. And I rate this at 84 overall. At 8, I hope I say this correctly, we got Conglomerate by Femi Gurio. Hope I said that shit right as well. Lancey and Lynn. First of all, before I talk about the motherfucking album, shout out to all my British niggas, all my UK niggas, man, my man them. But bro, this is a fun ass album. I really, so before entering this album, I'm a fan of Lancey. I really like Lancey. Life in Hell, that's one of the best albums we have got this decade. If you have not checked out Life in Hell by Lancey Fox, F-O-U-X, Fox, I don't know how to say that shit. Go check that shit out. That album is really good. So to be honest, Lancey was the main reason why I'm checking out this album. I heard a little bit from Lynn, and I've never heard Femi before this album. So, you know, Lancey was the main reason why I'm checking it out. And when I checked out the album, I was thoroughly surprised, because Lancey, he's not really like on this album as much as the other two. He's more like the third option. Like, he's not getting as many shots as the other two, you know. But when he's on here, he does his part. But Lancey not being on the album as much as I initially wanted wasn't a problem, because Femi and Lynn both do their thing. And they both do great on here. I seen a nigga say on Twitter, this is like the UK version of 1629, the Uzi and Cardi collab. The would have been Cardi, Uzi and collab. Yeah, bro. Very fun album. Love the production on here. Top 3, I'm going to go Spanish Guitar, Ozbat, and Ozemic. And I rate this a 85 overall. Next up at number 7, we got Almighty Soul 2 by Chief Keef. So if I'm being 100% honest, I have not heard all of Chief Keef's projects, but that nigga has a lot of projects, so you can't blame me on that one. But The projects I have heard, especially before Phone Them, I'm not too like hot about. I think they're most of them are solid to good, right? But I'm not too hot about them. But when I first heard Phone Them, which I think that came out like 2021, I don't know, something like that. I was like, damn, I'm really fucking with this a lot. And then I heard he's dropping. So fast forward to this year, right? I heard he's dropping Almighty Soul 2, and I was like, bro, I gotta check this hoe out when he drops it. But he been teasing that hoe for a minute. But when he finally dropped it, right? When he finally dropped it, I checked that hoe out, and like, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I be forgetting sometimes that Chief Keef, like, he be producing. I don't know how much of this album he produced, but I'm sure he produced most of this shit since it is his album. And bro, the production on this whole is amazing. Like, probably my favorite beat on here is Never Fly Here. I really love when he switches the beat to like just pianos. I think it's pianos while they're rapping. Bro, that shit was fire as hell. But yeah, bro, Keith slides on here. Love the energy he brings. My top 3, I'm gonna go Bend It Up, 1, 2, 3, and I'm Trying to Sleep. No misses on here, and I rate this at 87 overall. Next up at number 6, we got Brat by Charlie XCX. Now, I want to say I've been tapped into Charlie since Crash, right? Yeah, Crash actually. So I like that album. But fast forward to this year, you know, I heard we get a new album. I was like, okay, definitely will be there to check that shit out. And bro, I honestly did not know Charlie was as big as she was, bro. Cause bro, this album got so much love throughout the year, and like I was really surprised. I did not know or maybe it was that. No, I can't say it was the album that blew her up. No, yeah, she's always just been this big. But yeah, nigga, I didn't know she was as big as she was, because a lot of people talked about this album, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know she had this much motion. But yeah, this album is more like, what's the word? It's not her usual sound, because her usual sound is more poppy. This album is more like dance, like that genre, you know. I think it's called dance. And to be honest, bro, like when I first heard it, I really wasn't messing with it as much. But like throughout the year, it grew on me more and more. And initially, it got to the number 6 spot on my top 10 albums of the year. Yeah, my top 3, I'm gonna go. I might say something stupid. I think about it all the time, and so I. And I rated it 88 overall. Next up at number 5, we got Gene X by Kendrick Lamar. The thing I like about this album is that it's a mix of the West Coast vibes and then the more traditional Kendrick songs, you know? Now, to be honest, I definitely do enjoy the more traditional Kendrick songs more than the West Coast vibes. And some of the West Coast songs, they wasn't hitting as much for me, but they a couple have grown on me for sure. Man at the Garden, bro. I really, really love that song. I think that might be all-time great Kendrick, bro. There's just something about that song. It just moves me, and especially that last verse, man. That shit's special. And in Gloria as well, because whole time, nigga, I'm thinking this nigga talking about his wife, which he could be. It could be a double entendre, but nigga, then at the end he says, nigga, the love of my life is my pen or some shit like that. I was like, I was blown. And then Reincarnated, like nigga, that was on some Tupac vibes, you know. And then he rapping from different point of views. I'm pretty sure he raps from the devil's perspective, talking to God. I'm like, I was blown. But yeah, my top 3, those are the songs I just said. Man at the Garden, Reincarnated, and Gloria. And I give this an 88 overall. Next up at number 4, we got Saheem by Sa Baby. I did not expect to like this album as much as this is the most shocking album that I have on my top 10. I didn't think this would end up in my top 10 at all, but it did. And I tapped into Sa Baby like at the start of the year. I tapped into I forgot the project, but I listened to like two of his shits. I thought they was good. Nothing crazy. Saheem is fucking crazy, nigga. And I want to say like not too long ago, I was re-listening to it, and that's when this shit really hit me. I'm like, nigga, this shit is crazy, because when I first heard it, I liked it. But when I re-listened to it, nigga, I loved it. This shit is actually like really, really good, nigga. And I was moved and shocked at the same time. But yeah, top 3, I'm gonna go, take a mirror picture, baby. Take a mirror pics, better stay away from trouble. Better stay away from trouble in 1095 Osborne Street. And I give this an 89 overall. At number 3, we got We Still Don't Trust You by Metro, Boomin, and Future. I expected this to be in my top 10 for sure. Before it even dropped, I'm like, nigga, you got Metro and Future? This is definitely going to be top 10. But yeah, bro, there's no misses on here. Metro and Future, phenomenal duo. They had good features. The one thing I felt like was missing, bro, was that hidden thug. Like, especially on the first listen, a hidden thug feature. Oh my gosh, that would have moved mountains, bro. I swore, I really thought we was gonna get a thug feature on Where My Twin At. I really thought we was gonna get that. I was gonna go crazy, nigga. And it was the last song on the album, man. But yeah, top 3, I'm gonna go Like That, What the Fuck You Mean, and Young Metro. Yo Metro, yo Metro, yo Metro. Ooh boy.
And I rate this 89 overall.
At number 2, we got Charm by Clairo. I've been a Clairo fan since I heard Immunity. And then I checked out Forever. Oh my gosh, Forever is one of my favorite songs of all time. I watched her perform that shit live, bro. Chills. But yeah, bro, Charm, man. Went to the Clairo concert. Almost passed out. That was a vibe. But this album, like, the thing about it though, there's a lot of really, really, really good songs. But the one thing I feel like it lacks that the other Clairo albums have, in my opinion, and there's not that one song where I go, that's the one. That's the one. With Immunity, it was Bags. With that the little EP she dropped, it was Forever and How. With Sling, it was Just For Today. And with this one, I could say it's Out of My Love. But like, Out of My Love is definitely the weakest out of those songs I just mentioned. But just because this album, in my opinion, doesn't have one of those ones, it doesn't take away the album's greatness. Because this is a really great project, bro. I do feel like at points it sort of does get repetitive a little bit. But I don't really trip too much. Because like I said, I still really like this album a lot. And like I said, bro, I went to the Clairo concert. That shit was a vibe. What was crazy to me, bro, like, nigga, I've never seen so many gay people in one setting, bro. Shout out to all my gay niggas, And, like, dude, added to the fact that I'm a straight black male, bro, that I was like a 1 of 1 in that hoe. But yeah, top 3, I'm gonna go Out of My Love, Pier 4, and Terrapin. I rate this a 92 overall. And at 1, my album of the year, a true shocker for me, we got Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Before this year, I've never heard a Billie Eilish album in my life. And like, I think she dropped it during the summer. I was talking to someone in my Discord, join the Discord, link in the bio of this video, description of the video. And they was talking about this album. I was like, bro, it's really good. You should check it out. I ain't had shit to do, so I checked it out. Boy, it's special. This is a special project, bro. Like, I had this in rotation ever since I heard it nonstop. I can play this from front to back for sure. And like, Birds of a Feather, that's a special song. Wildflower, that's a special song. Chario, I think that's how you say it. That's a special song. I really like the production on Chario. Like, that's not the usual production you would hear from an artist like Billie. And like, it works so well. And then she throws in her vocals too. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right, bro, look at this run. Look at this track run I'm about to tell you. You got Lunch at 2, Cheerio at 3. At track 4, you got Birds of a Feather. At 5, you got Wildflower. At 6, you got The Greatest. That is an insane run. And bro, my biggest gripe about this whole album, it's not even really a gripe for real, is about the song Blue. I wish she would have just kept it the first half. Because there's a beat switch. And like, it's a different vibe switch. If she just would have kept Blue, like the first half of that song, just kept it like that, and that's the whole song, or maybe add a little bit more, but it's just the first half, right? I think Blue would be top 3 on this album. I love Blue, but I feel like the second half just weakens it, bro. But yeah, this album has like a movie cinematic feel. It's very interesting. I really love it. Top 3, I'm gonna go Birds of a Feather, Wildflower, and Chario, and I rate this a 94 overall. That is my album of the year. Shout out to Billie Eilish. Bro, those are my top 10 albums of the year. Let me know what your album of the year in the comments below is, man. But that's all for the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. YoungSpida, man. I love y'all.